That was like an... What was that face? I didn't get my last warrior because he died. I'm going to take this one back home. 12 hours of singing is insane, though. Because you have to imagine that's without breaks. That might be one of the most impressive feats we've seen. If I was any male character not named Lloyd in this show, I would be genuinely concerned about my life going forward. Because after this episode, it's pretty clear that if you don't have a big chest, you're not guaranteed to survive. You make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're around here, and of course Patreon for live reactions and exclusives. So, Civil War deserved better. I still firmly believe the only reason he'll never come back is because Lloyd doesn't want him to. Everything I've seen from this kid, he could recreate a soul from literally nothing if he wanted to. He would just have to take the time and effort. Will he? No. But could he? I absolutely believe he could. But hey, you know, he's like, hey, I'm going to recruit this guy. He's dead. It is what it is. Insert Lamia Snake woman. Brilliant name, Lami. And, she survived. Now, granted, was it Lloyd's direct interaction? No, but it's starting to be an odd trend. And I'm starting to, like, look at the amount of people getting gravely wounded. It really do be the guys getting the short end of the stick. And I'm honestly wondering if old thick Shota Lloyd just plays favoritism for big old titties. Because even the smallest of breast characters are still packing some heat these days. Overall, this was an interesting episode because the midway point of it, when they do their commercial break slot, could have served as an ending to an episode. Last week's big cliffhanger, big experiment laboratory, oh shit, what are we gonna do? I said, oh, Lloyd's gonna be in heaven. What happened? Lloyd was in heaven. Now, I personally didn't think we were gonna fight anything. I thought the test tubes and everything were more for misdirect, like, oh, here's this very shitty experimentation. But otherwise, you know, it's fine. Wasn't expecting a Lamia snake to come creeping and crawling, but overall, the idea of not letting Lloyd be the star attraction, which they've actually done a good job with this season, they've actually allowed other characters to have the forefront. And our girl, whether it was the star of the episode, trying to heal our boy and nearly getting her face slapped because, you know, this happened because of the church. How could we trust someone who's a part of the church? And then she comes back in later and realizes that she did it for 12 hours straight, which is an insane feat. The idea that not only did she save a life once, but she did it twice, both with someone we were majorly connected to, but also someone who we didn't need to save, all things considered. I mean, would many of us unironically have shed a tear if that snake didn't make it? I mean, the only reason you might have is because she had big titties, let's be honest. But am I excited to learn about her character? Sure. But I like the idea that it's not simply the Lloyd show, which is probably good because the kid's absolutely insane. There's a scene near the end of the episode where he's just eating macaroons and bread, and I don't think he had a single brain cell go on during that entire scene. It was everyone else controlling the narrative there, which is probably for the best, because if he was always hyper-fixated on learning the next magical thing, the universe would probably already be over by now because he would cause Big Bang 10.0, which just no one would survive. Granted, would he recreate the universe? Probably, but still, I don't know if we want to trust that. But it's interesting because there's so many characters on screen anymore, but the cast doesn't feel bloated. What I noticed, which was interesting, is that the initial... Because there was a fight. It was a very small fight, but there was a fight, right? And I noticed that it's easy to forget what abilities characters have because there's so many characters with unique abilities. So when they do start fighting, I'm like, okay, well, it's been a little bit since season 1, but also there's such an assortment of characters. I'm not always going to remember off the top of my mind. So seeing like spiderweb, silk-like design, I'm like, okay, it's fun because it's like you get that sense of deja vu of like, oh yeah, I do remember seeing these characters do it, but at the same time, it makes it feel fresh like we've never seen it before. I don't know, it just works for me. The amount of characters they have work without feeling bloated, and since the personalities are so varied, everyone just kind of serves a purpose. Do I question when they start strangling Best Pooch, who was getting abused for no good reason? Absolutely. Do I question the fact that, you know, if Civil War had titties, would Lloyd have hustled a bit more to keep him alive? Yes. Am I upset that the Lamia snake survived? Not really, which is interesting because I usually hate that design. And I'm not saying like I'm in love with the design, but it is a lot better than I'm used to. It's like mermaids to me. I just don't see the appeal. Like it's a fish body or a snake body. Like sure, the top half looks human and attractive, but like, do you really want to have a slimy snake tail or a fishy tail? I don't know, man. It's like the centaur girls. I just don't understand the appeal. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have a majority of the body be humanoid. You know? I digress. But as a personality, I actually think she offers a lot. I like the idea that everyone was surprised that Lloyd brought the research notes up after they destroyed the bunker. Like, you really expected him not to bring it? Like, let's be real. I was actually wrong with where that scene was going to go. So he basically said, it's not up to me, it's up to you. You can destroy the notes, live as you are, or you can dive into it, which could uncover some bad truths, but you might be able to solve the issue one day. And I actually thought she was going to destroy it. I just thought it was going to be a situation of, you know what, I've accepted this is how I am, is what it is. The fact that she's like, you know, as painful as it might be, I'm still going to do it, I respected it. And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm glad she's alive. I actually think she'll offer a lot to the cast, which I normally would never say about a Snake Girl, because I just don't like the character designs usually. But her personality seems sweet. I think based on the fact of our girl like going out of her way, getting her face slapped off, and just, you know, having so much hostility painted against her because she's a part of a church that has a lot of corruption going on, it was a great character piece overall. It's just, I unironically need a what if scenario. Would Lloyd have tried harder if Civil War had tits? And I'm not even joking about this. I honestly believe it. Like, yes, guys have lived in this show, but you can't with a straight face tell me they are getting out of them easier than the girls. You know, Lloyd doesn't really show a lot of favoritism at face value because he doesn't really seem hyper fixated on anything that's not magic or food. But I feel like when this little Shota grows up, like he gets into his teenage years, he's going to be an absolute menace when it comes to women. I'm already seeing the signs. Overall, though, insanely enjoyable episode. I really like the second season. I wouldn't say it's better than the first season yet. The first season cooked, though, in the second half. And given what they're setting up now, season 2 could surpass season 1. We essentially have a bunch of mutated freaks that are going to attack us. And then, of course, we have the big boss as well. If they go balls to the walls insane for the next 6 episodes, which they potentially will do, this will clear season 1. It's just as it stands, if I'm looking at the first half of season 1, the second half of and the first half of season 2, I do prefer the first half of season 1, but that's not to say I've been disappointed in the season. It's just me being honest on which half I've preferred. But I got a lot of hope for the season. You let me know what you thought down below, and my theory on Civil War. I'm honestly not joking about that, but I know everyone thinks I'm joking. I really am not. Thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here. Patreon is, of course, where you catch my full live reactions and other exclusives, like I give video shoutouts to every single one of my patrons. So today we got Braun P, Ike O, Zero, Cody, Zonabeat Als, Wyatt Wilkin, Sarah Bry, Soggy Toast, and we also have Jess Y. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.